This is Jordan Berg from Questus. I'm here with Michael Bologna with Group N. What's your response to Procter & Gamble's public claim that they're going to pull back a little bit on TV and really start to figure out the efficiencies of online?
I mean, P&G is not our client, so my overall agency response is, I think it's a good thing. I mean, what we talked about during my session and what we're talking about in the entire seminar is the need to start to account for a video impression across multiple screens. So what my guess is P&G is going to be doing is to start to redistribute some of their video impressions across television content across the various different screens, and they've always been a leader in that.
Yep. And do you think they're going to find the same sort of success, the same sort of reach when they do that? And what do you think the trade-offs are?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, when it comes to television viewing across other screens, we need to get the metrics right. Right, and right now we do not have them. Right now it's bought in a vacuum in multiple silos across all the various different screens. Once we get to a point where we can accurately account for an impression across all the various screens using the same metric, guaranteeing the demography, and at a similar CPM, then I think we have a truly screen agnostic video distribution plan. And I think that's what a lot of the leading advertisers like Procter & Gamble are going to be heading towards. If that answers your question.
Yes. What cool new options are available to marketers in the television content ecosystem?
I mean, I think more than ever. I mean, a lot of what I talked about a few minutes ago and a lot of what we've been working on within our agency for the past few years is the notion of addressability. Right? The ability to hyper-target within the television system and reduce and eventually eliminate waste. That is the greatest thing to ever hit the television business. Right? The whole idea of using the content as a surrogate of the audience and just shooting the impressions out and assuming that 114 million households watch the same exact programming format as the 20,000 in the Nielsen sample, that's going away. So the ability to hyper-target, send the right commercial to the right household at the right time, at the right frequency, and hence avoiding the waste, I think that's where we're headed.
What are the top challenges facing companies and what they're going to have to navigate?
I mean, the biggest challenge that I believe the national television advertiser or the national advertiser in general has today is there's just way too many choices. They get flooded every day with every member of the advertising supply chain. And that's problematic because a technology provider can only talk about one piece of what they're trying to do, and multiple other stars have to align to order to actually get there. So I do think, to sum it all up, it's navigating what's today versus what could be happening in 10 years.
I've got one last question.
Fire away.
I have a lot of brands that come to me who are pulling away from TV. In fact, they're pulling away entirely because budgets have gone down and they're diving headfirst into digital. What advice would you give these advertisers who are saying, I can't do TV this year, I'm going to go all in digital?
I would tell them to actually take a second look. Right? The television business has never, ever, ever been stronger and never been performing better. I mean, declining budgets is definitely an issue, but I don't necessarily, unless your budget is really going, to the very, very low seven-figure mark, I don't necessarily think that dropping television might be the best way.
Thanks, Michael. I appreciate your time.
Okay. Thank you for yours.